The supply of chicken is running low in some markets, while some businesses are left with no choice but to serve smaller portions. Online publication Bulatlat categorically denies its alleged ties with the Communist Party of the Philippines after its website was taken down by the NTC. President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. visits Cavite for the cityhood celebration of Bacoor. Today is the first death anniversary of former President Noynoy Aquino. And basketball action continues in the 2022 PBA Philippine Cup. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Charles Lejano. Is your favorite chicken meal still available? Well, some restaurants are finding it hard to meet demand as the supply of the commodity runs low. Other businesses, meanwhile, are forced to serve smaller chicken meals just to keep it available. Shaila Francisco has the report.
Aling Weng lost over half of her customers in her chicken stall at the Kalayaan Talipapa market. This as prices of chicken went up to 220 pesos per kilo.
Pag hindi namin tatasan ang namin, wala po kaming kita. Paano yung pwesto?
Customers are also trying to make do with what little budget they have.
Kung mamalengke ako yung pang one day na, and then kung may matitira man is yun na, leftovers na siya for next day. Tapos ang gagawin ko lang is dagdag na lang ng ulam kinabukas siguro, gulay or kahit itlog.
The United Broilers Racers Association said that racers reduced their production in anticipation of lower demand after the elections. The high cost of inputs such as feeds are also affecting their production. Because of low quality feeds, sizes of chicken and choice cuts are now smaller.
Mas kukunti yung supply, mas mahal, mas pangit ang quality. Kasi mapipilitan ka dahil kukunti nga yung supply, papatulan.
But it's not just the small eateries that are struggling.
We also tried ordering chicken via delivery, but as it turns out, in this specific branch, all of their chicken meals are unavailable. This is also the situation in their other branches and also in other restaurants.
In some restaurants, both single and bucket orders of chicken are not available. Some, meanwhile, serve only smaller-sized chicken dishes. In a statement, Resto PH says it may be a supply problem, as other restaurants scramble to buy chicken that meet their specifications. McDonald's Philippines clarified that only select branches have problems with their chicken products. Jollibee assured customers that they will replenish stock soon. The Agriculture Department is still not calling it a shortage.
Doon sasabihin po natin na medyo manipis yung ating supply dahil nga doon nagbukas ang merkado.
They are now monitoring if supplies will increase in the coming months as some racers try to expand production. Shaila Francisco, VR1 News.
News organization Bulatlat denies that they have links to the CPP-NPA-NDF after they were flagged by National Security Advisor Hermogenes Esperon over their supposed promotion of terrorism. Speaking to 1PH sa Totoo Lang, Bulatlat's legal counsel and NUPL spokesperson Jose Dainla said Bulatlat is merely an alternative media organization that focuses on perspectives of marginalized and oppressed sectors. Dainla notes that Bulatlat is a legitimate member of the press and that it's not illegally funded. And he also claims that the organization did not receive any notices from the government for their alleged violations before their website was blocked on orders from the National Telecommunications Commission. Dainla also says Bulatlat is now set to challenge the NTC order in court, where they'll file a petition to nullify the order, as well as the issuance of a writ for preliminary injunction to bring back their website.
Tingnan namin talaga yung Anti-Terrorism Act of cover to cover dun sa buong text, wala talaga akong makita na any power of the ATC or any other government agency to label individuals or organizations as quote-unquote affiliated in supporting terrorism, terrorist or terrorist organizations, much less to order the blocking of their website.
Days before he takes his oath as the 17th President of the Philippines, President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. visited the city of Bacoor in Cavite as a special guest in the celebration of the anniversary of their charter. Mobile journalist Julie Baisa has the report.
Kung naman hindi naman maaari na palampasin ko.
During the 2022 elections, Marcos Jr. won in Cavite with more than 1 million votes, way ahead of closest rival, outgoing Vice President Leni Robredo.
Ako'y nagpapasalamat sa inyo, sa inyong pag-anyaya sa akin. Burger kayong lahat sa amin.
And just like his campaign rhetoric, Marcos Jr. once again called for unity.
Itong ating pangarap na maging mas maayos, mas mapayapa at mas maganda ang ating buhay ay magiging totoo kapag tayo ay nagkaisa.
Marcos Jr. also called on Filipinos to help him as he takes on the responsibility of being a president.
Tulungan niyo po ako. Mahirap po ang ating kailangan gawin. Marami po ang ating kailangan gawin.
The president-in-waiting will take his oath at the National Museum on June 30. Mobile journalist Julie Baiza, We Are One News.
Today marks the first death anniversary of former President Benigno Aquino III. To commemorate the late president's life and death, the Church of Gesu in Ateneo de Manila will be having a mass today at 10 a.m. And in the tweet, former Palace spokesperson Edwin Lacerda also announced that the Mass is open to the public. But for those who can't be present physically, the Mass will also be streamed live on the late President's Facebook page. In other news, a rice seller invented a solar-powered cart for his deliveries, saving him some much-needed cash amid rising pump prices. Jenny Don with the story.
No gas, no problem. Rice seller RJ Marfa has thought of a way to deliver items without using fuel as oil prices continue to soar. That is through an improvised solar-powered cart. Aside from being solar-powered, it also made out of recycled materials. RJ, who hails from Tanawan, Batangas, said he bought this for 50,000 pesos from a friend who installs solar panels.
Doble ang minahal compare dito sa solar na hindi mo na rin kailangan saksak sa kuryente. Unlike nung ibang e-bike, ipa-plug mo pa sa outlet, babayad ka pa rin sa electric bill. Ito, papark mo lang sa initan.
In terms of speed, the solar-powered cart could go as fast as an ordinary tricycle. It can also be used like a power bank.
Pag brownout, ino-offer ko to sa mga tao dito. Kung gusto nila magpa-charge, dala lang sila ng kable. Pwede mag-charge ng gadgets, cellphone. Pero kung daytime and then peak hours, sunlight, siguro habang may araw, maghapon, magagamit mo siya. Continuous charging while running.
To get it fully charged, it has to be exposed to sunlight for 3 to 4 hours. RJ is confident that he will be able to use the cart for at least 10 years.
Lifetime na huwag lang mababasag, yung mababato. Pagtagal kasi, medyo nababa na yung harvesting niya, efficiency. May nagwa-warranty kasi nito, 10 years eh. Ibig sabihin, guaranteed na 10 years. Within 10 years, minimum magagamit mo siya.
RJ is just one of many Filipinos who resort to using alternatives with oil prices still on the rise. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, We Are One News.
Let's fast break now to the latest in the 2022 PBA Philippine Cup. In Game 1, the Meralco Bolts dominated the Northport Batang Pier 97-87. Despite nursing an injured wrist, Bolts point guard Aaron Black didn't hold back. Behind his 20 points, 5 rebounds and 7 assists. And with this win, Meralco is now tied at third with Barangay Ginebra in the league standings at 3 wins and 1 loss. The second matchup was also far from being monotonous as the TNT Tropang Giga battled it out with a feisty rain or shine Elasto Painters. Tied at 7-8 all, the match bled up to overtime, but in the end, big man Poy Aram carried TNT behind 6 important points that he unleashed overtime to seal their victory at 89-85. This win was especially sweet for the Tropang Giga because finally, after months of contract negotiations, the PBA Rookie of the Year, Mikey Williams, is back and suited up playing.
It feels good. Feels good to get back after it with the guys. I know we're still ironing out some things, and we put out a really gut-wrenching win today. Right now, I'm just trying to focus on basketball. I'm going to let everything else take care of itself. I'm just trying to stay focused and focus on the task at hand.
Here are the stories and festivals to watch out for later today. It is a special non-working holiday today in the city of Manila as the nation's capital celebrates its 451st founding anniversary. The city of San Juan celebrates its annual Wata Wata Festival. And the Lechon Festival returns in the town of Balayan in Batangas. And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Do join us again later at 9 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.